If you
So we
look
got
at
we got
the
some
iceberg,
time here too,
right?
since our other guest hasn't appeared.
Yeah,
Why don't we break? Why don't we have some music? We got one of the Joe Rosati videos we can break out.
we got bunches of them. Yeah, yeah. Would you
Yeah.
like
So
to
Joe
go?
Rosati of the TruthStream, musician, friend of Screw Big Gov and Whole Truth Tour, and wanting to make America great again in their own way. Joe's got phenomenal music. He wrote, we've mentioned before, the Unity song that we used on the Unity tour. He wrote one of my favorite songs he's done is Freedom Now. I play that as the intro on a lot of my shows on Unpopular Viewpoint using that song. But he's got tons of great stuff. So this is just, I'm not sure which one he's going to pull up here first. Go ahead, Lewis.
Yeah, while Robert's doing that real quick, folks, donations are pouring in. Thank you, Karen, Leslie, Jeff, and Susan for your generous donations. We appreciate you. We love that you love the cause because this is a true cause, and every dollar will be spent with an honorable intent. I'll promise you that. So thank you for that, folks. If you want to donate or volunteer, go to hermsforcali.com. Either click on volunteer, donate, or maybe you just want to learn about what the hell is this guy talking about. Well, that will be on there. That will be on there too. But thank you. And again, anybody around the whole world, according to California rules, you can donate. So if you think California goes, the rest of the world goes, you're probably right, because this is the key player in the world, fortunately or unfortunately. So we need to take this state back. Let you take it away, Bruce and Robert. I just wanted to mention that and give thanks every time we can.
Cool.
All right, whatever song you pull up, I'm sure it's going to be good. This is Joe Rosati Unplugged. He pre-recorded this, so he wanted to make sure the sound and everything was right, and even went a step beyond and put the lyrics on the bottom of the screen as you see the video play. So, yeah, just pull one up. I think all three of them that he sent us are excellent.
Hey guys, this is Joe Rosati, and I'm going to be playing a few songs here for the August 30th event. First song is To Unite, and Lewis Herms basically wanted a song about unity, reached out to me in 2024, and we've produced the song and video with my friend and co-writer Steve Collins up in Tacoma, Washington. And this is the first time I'm really playing it for anybody. So without further ado, and I'm going to kind of keep it mellow just because it's easier to control the audio on some of these settings. So, all right, here we go. We've been beaten, battered and bruised, oh, tatted, tired and confused. For generations we learned alibi, and the teachers taught us more lies. The humans were not supposed to know what was planned so long ago. As these shackles fall to the ground, we become ascension. We are breaking free to a world of prosperity unfurled. As we spread our wings for flight, it is now time to unite. To unite, let's will this for better. To unite with hearts woven together. To unite is no fear. To unite, our Lord is here. To unite, this is rebirth. To unite with Mother Earth. To unite, the children run free. To unite divinity. To doves. Whoa, 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 whoa. We fly with doves. What's been broken is more than trust in our waters, filth and rust. So much hidden behind the gates. Oh, we've been trapped in lies and hate. And these truths made our stomachs turn. And dark lesson we did learn. The spark of love is what we found. As we are ascension bound, we are breaking free to a world of prosperity unfurled. As we spread our wings for flight, it is now time to unite. To unite, let's will this for better. To unite, with hearts moving together. To unite, this is rebirth. To unite, with Mother Earth. To unite, the children run free. To unite, divinity. To unite, there is no fear, there's no fear. To unite, our Lord is here. To unite, peace and love. To unite, we fly with doves. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We fly with doves. To unite, to unite. Little help from the birds.
Joe Rosati. To
There you
unite.
go. To unite.
Yeah. Joe Rosati. To
There
unite.
you go. To unite.
Yeah.
I mean, how good is it unplugged? I mean, and many people who are within our sphere have heard the full production of that one. The thing that East Midi helped produce and all that stuff. The unplugged version is just as good.
Yep, you read my mind there, sir.
Are we
Imagine
getting
this.
goofy already? I mean, it must be that time of the day, huh?
So imagine this, that our programs now, I'm saying this out loud, and our rallies will involve that To Unite Joe Rosati song, the beautiful song done by Kirsten Capolino, and the Deepak song.
Oh yeah.
Can you? Those are so heartfelt and dead on to what we're doing. I mean, for those three songs to be played on here today in the launch of this movement, the real launch of this movement, is extraordinarily amazing timing. Because Bruce, you and I, when we were doing this in the background, we weren't even thinking in that direction whatsoever. We did talk about before this about a couple of weeks ago. I wonder what songs that we're going to play and what are we going to do and so on and so forth. And to me, maybe you correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like these three songs just slapped us in the face, and God's saying, "Here you go."
Oh yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. It's a completely divine thing. Exactly. God just lays everything out. I mean, the universe knows what it's doing. For Kristen's song, Freedom, and then Deepak's Together We Rise, and then Unite. Yeah, all three of those have been spot on. And there was just one of the others. The other two songs of Joe's are just as good. I think there's one of his brand new songs that's on there that I don't think most anybody's heard. And he's scheduled to come on here in a little bit. We got a few more people on our schedule. We got a little bit of opening.
Good. Let me say this, Bruce, real quick to interrupt you so we don't change this topic. You and I have a show on Tuesdays, right? And I think, what if we do a special Joe Rosati show
Oh wow, I like
where
that idea.
but guess what? We get to pick the top 3 songs that of his that we want to play, and maybe give him a chance to play one. And we'll do 4 songs and then have conversations with Joe. That'll probably take a good 45 minutes to an hour. But I think he deserves that type of attention because he's been instrumental in what he's been doing in this movement. And people deserve to hear his music because
Right.
it is epic and it's heartfelt. And yeah, don't tell anybody, but I really like the unplugged version of To Unite.
Well, here's the thing, too. When Joe and them started, Joe and Scott started TruthStream. He kind of basically his path was a musical type career. That's what he was pursuing, and he essentially put all of that on the back burner for the children. That's what gets most of us our blood boiling, is knowing and hearing about the stories of the children, the trafficking that goes on. It's great to see all the different arrests that we see and the rings that are coming out and all that stuff. But we're just scratching the surface as far as bringing this stuff down. It is a huge, massive problem globally, the trafficking industry for, children, humans, sex, all kinds of stuff. And this is what's got this whole do patriot, truther, stuff is about saving the children. And that cannot be lost in our message. It is a dark underbelly. A lot of people don't want to talk about it because it's hard to take when you understand what's really going on in that world. And for Lewis to have that one of the top, if not the top, item on his platform for run for governor is to tackle as much child trafficking as he can, via the state of California being the governor. It's huge. And Lewis has got pulled up sharing his screen.
Yeah, you can't see it. You can't see it yet. You can see it, but they can't see it. And Bruce, by the way, you and Robert are doing phenomenal processing this show. Do I have 5-minute window right here to speak about
absolutely,
this?
yes. Yeah, we got plenty of time since our other guest is a no-show.
Okay, cool. So here we go. And by the way, Bruce, well, not yet, Robert. I want to show something. Sorry. So when you say our other guest is a no-show, guys, this is the type of stuff that we've been producing on all these marathons. And a lot of times you don't even know. We just roll through it, and it's timing, and some people show up later, but we do our best. But check this out. So this was a very, very popular item in this movement a couple years ago, right? And what this is, if I can show it from an angle, boop, these are Post-its, actual sticky notes, and that we put out to wake people up on this was COVID, elections, vaccines, human trafficking, your money, education, and more. And they got a lot of attention. And we heard a lot that this was one of the most successful wake-up campaigns out there, because what did we do? We bypassed the construct that has been holding these messages back. So we introduced to you today, now you can bring up the screen, Robert, a Post-it for Governor Lewis Herms for Cali, the We the People guy, solving issues. Like Bruce said, the number one issue is child trafficking, food and health, vast corruption, woke education, and massive taxes. So if you're ready to take California back, all you have to do, folks, I think it's like for 100 different Post-it notes, I think it's like $10, and that includes shipping, and the more you purchase, it gets a lot expensive. We're trying to do this as close to cost as possible because we believe this is the thorn in the side of the cabal, because they cannot control this. They don't know what to do with this. They're like, oh, they figured it out. Because remember, I told you, I promised you that I'm a troubleshooter. So when we were watching this craziness of suppression and our First Amendment rights just being completely torched, instead of whining about it and doing nothing, we got together and we're like, how could we fix this? What could we do? And they're like, hey, what can they do if we put Post-its all over the place? Nada. So guys, I would ask you to go to hermsforcali.com, click on swag. By the way, we have some great t-shirts and hats. ready to go out right away. They're just gorgeous with multiple messages on them. Very inexpensive, by the way. So if you'd like to wear the message, I'll show. But this right here is going to be very impactful in this movement. We get millions of these going all over California. Wow. Are we taking it to them? So, and I'm sure they'll find a way to come after me for that, but that's all right. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it.
Yep. So Robert's scrolling through the website, the Herms for Cali, the new thing that just rolled out today, the swag, the campaign gear, if you will. They got the Post-it notes, the hats, and T-shirts, men and women's. There's a couple of different designs on there, 2 or 3 different designs that you can get for, like I said, nearly costs. It helps us out, covers the cost, a couple bucks for the campaign. But the biggest idea of this is to get, out there so people, see Lewis's face and understand what he's doing. Because just being completely frank and authentic, within the truther type, podcaster community, Lewis is kind of a big deal. But to the average Joe voter in California doesn't know who the fork Lewis Herms is. So that's what we have to change. And that's where we, the people, come in. Everybody watching here and supporters of Screw Big Gov, Lewis, California changing this country. If you can go to the hermsforcali.com and the social media thing that we rolled out today, I'll briefly talk about that again, is go to click it on their social media. All the campaign social media is there. Some are brand spanking new. Go whatever social media you're on, find it, follow us. And then the most important thing we can do is when we share stuff, share it out to other people and comment. I cannot underscore the importance of just putting a simple comment in there. It changes tons. It can make a huge difference in the engagement and how the social media ranks and all these different things. So we've been, playing this game of suppression for years now, and it's time to us to turn the tables on them and use it for our advantage.
Folks, again, thank you for the donations and the support, the volunteers and the prayers. Let me not forget the prayers. This doesn't always have to be a financial donation. So those are extraordinarily appreciated because it's so helpful. But we believe prayers are going to put us over the top. And wow, we just got a bunch of donations. Looks like Susan, Duncan, thank you very much. Ashley, wow, very substantial donation. Thank you, Teresa. And our friend Carol Maureen Friesen. I only say her last name because she's on here. We love Carol so much. So thank you guys. We're happy that you believe in us. And you notice I intentionally say we, the people, and us, because that is the movement that we're involved in right now. And you're going to bring on some guests right now that we also appreciate immensely and are a massive part of this movement. Bruce, Robert, say what you got to say. I'm only going to step away for a second, guys. I will be here in the background, but I'm having kind of some back issues going on right now, so I need to do some stretching. So I'll be on the ground, but I'll still be paying attention.
Yeah, go get grounded.
It's literally.
There you go.
Look at that 5 shot there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
5. So you're gonna have to
it's
freeze
like
me
ring
on the
around
screen
Lewis.
like Bruce, really quick. or I guess I'll just do this and I'll help you out.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. A frozen moment in time. There we go. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
At least he's not picking his nose or something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Huge shout out again. We love and appreciate everybody watching on all the different Rumble channels. Make sure you're showing some love, whatever channel you're watching it on. Like and share and comment on the video, not just in the live chat. That the live chats, especially on Rumble, go away after the live stream is over. But comment, because we want to hear from some of that. And then also huge shout out to all the people listening on talk.soundaliveradio.net. That was made possible by E. Smitty of Sound Alive Records. That's get connection from Joe Rosati. And those are our guests right there coming on. They're on the screen now. Joe Rosati and Scott Stone of TruthStream. If you guys are live in a van down by the river somewhere, or live in a cave, You don't know who these guys are. They're the couple of crazies from up there. They gave up hunting for Bigfoot and decided to do live streaming and try to save the country up there in Washington. They live in the whole thing behind their show, TruthStream. It's not like a live stream, but they live in Airstreams, both of these guys. So they're gypsies like me, but they live in an RV. They don't have an address. Excuse me. But yeah, Joe and Scott, what's going on, gentlemen?
Great to be here. We found Bigfoot a while ago. We just can't get him on the show.
He's the master champion, undefeated at hide and seek for sure, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So what's been going on? We just played the Unity song, to Unite song that Joe did, and between you and I, since Lewis is gone, he can't hear. He's a huge fan of the unplugged version. Just saying.
That's awesome. It's an honor to do it. I haven't really performed it for anyone live. It's an interesting climate up here, and I think the beauty of the last now 3 years of doing the show is we've met so many connections that it's only going to help the music, I think, over time. But like you said, when Scott and I heard about what was going on with the children, we couldn't think of anything we wanted to do other than, help whoever was out there spreading the same message that we've got to free the children. And I've said this on our show many times. The world right now is kind of like a dirty fish tank, and even doing this music and our show, it's great. We love doing it, but we've got to get the trafficking ended to clean the fish tank. So then all the things that we are doing, it's going to matter so much more. I love doing music, but it just feels, until the kids are not trafficked and hurt anymore, there's just something that it can, when the world's better, it's going to feel even better to do this type of stuff. Because I just, anytime I hear about this stuff, I think of kids that are helpless and don't have anybody. And I had a very normal childhood, and I would pray there would be people out here like you, me, Scott, everyone listening, everyone doing shows for me. So I think in a way we're saving our future selves if two people do believe in reincarnation. But it's not even about that. It's just children. If you hear a child hurting, you don't wonder like, oh, is that my child? You just go and you help that child. That's right. Part of our natural instinct. So that's what our show is based on. That's the first thing. And it's an honor to do this. And Lewis and Bruce and Robert and so many people that were part of the Truth Tour, that's how we got our start. And having you guys to talk to and do shows with has been absolutely instrumental in not only our show, but our sanity and our willingness and ability to move forward. This is very daunting to take this on and be aware of this. So I just wanted to start there and turn it over to you or Scott. So please.
Yeah, Scott, for sure. I mean, it was fantastic. I remember meeting you guys for the first time in Olympia, Washington on Truth Tour 2. And I think that was, I hope I'm not, stepping out of school here, but that was like the first time you spoke in a public fashion or, type of situation. And I remember Joe specifically had almost a deer in the headlights look, but to see the transformation, and that's what we're all doing. Every single person within our community, our movement, has a different gift that they bring to the table. We're not all just yes men. We're not all just an echo chamber. You and Scott bring a different vibe and a different feel to things. Robert, Lewis, myself, we all have different stuff. And when I started this, when I was encouraged by Scott McKay, the Patriot Street Fighter, who was on earlier today, he told me, he said, Bruce, you need to start a channel. You need to get your voice out there because there's people that you can reach that I can't reach. Right, because we have different people resonate, vibrate, for a different thing. You and I, Joe or Scott, anybody could say the same exact thing, but person sitting over here listening may accept it or may resonate and may go into their spirit, into their heart, into their mind a little easier from Joe or just the way the personality is. So that's what makes this whole community that we have so vibrant and so important, that every single person plays a role. And Scott, we're still trying to figure out what his role is.
Hey, we
love to dig. We love Scott. Scott, I know you've been doing a bunch of traveling yourself. What's been going on with you?
Yeah. What's that, Lewis?
Yeah, Scott's still trying to figure out his role too.
I find myself in Arizona at the moment. I'll be going back to Washington early this week. But, I'm not getting sick of the winning, I'll tell you. Things are really, really looking good from my perspective. Every day is just more news. I think there's still a few people out there saying that nothing's happening, but I can't understand why. It's just getting better every day. And, it was a little bit darker time, I think, here in the beginning, and we all felt the call. And, we met that call at some sacrifice. But if someone told me that during this journey I would meet just the greatest people on the planet, and I'd end up with just such beautiful friendships, literally all around the world, I mean, I couldn't have picked a better job. So I'm just so grateful. I really, really am. And I'm grateful that things have made such a positive turn and continue to.
Right. And so I know you guys are based out of Washington State, and you have a fantastic governor up there.
Oh God. Wow.
I mean, if you were to, try to dilute what makes a good governor for a state, into a sentence or two or a paragraph or, minute, what would your ideal governor look like?
Lewis Herms.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've already sent you the PayPal money for that. So
yeah. I endorse you for endorsing me.
I think of a person that demonstrated. I mean, he had no idea he was going to be stepping into this role, but he's demonstrated his ethics, his perseverance, his warrior spirit. For decades now. Again, a huge personal sacrifice. You know what you're getting with Lewis, and that's a rarity, I think.
Well said. Lewis has been just instrumental in, it's being in the industry that Scott and I have been in, with film and nightclub entertainment, etc. You just, as you've learned what the cabal has done, you really lose looking up to anybody. I don't really look up to many of the folks that I used to, but who we found as friends and role models now, we're talking to them. They watch our show. They're going to Ireland with us. We're going to hang out with Mark Atwood, one of the most creative, amazing people that we've met. The laughter, the ability, we can swear when we want to. It's amazing. Scott and I have found a place to truly share our hearts and be ourselves and support such an amazing cause. And you guys are our heroes. We love you. It's amazing what you've done. God, Lewis, I cry so many times on Lewis's shows.
Did you guys don't know Barbara Walters reincarnated?
Here you go, Joe. I got some tissues for you.
Oh, thank you, Tito. Get me a tissue. Oh gosh, yeah.
Hamada.
And Bruce, to watch you and to all the things you've had to navigate with the censorship. I mean, you're right there with us. When I need someone to talk to, I'll call Bruce up because I know how busy Lewis has been, and Bruce and I talked for about 45 minutes the other day, and I just need someone to talk to sometimes, and you guys, that's who you are to us. So it really, really has been amazing. We can't think of a better cause, and it's awesome that E. Smitty has lined up to do this, and he's now a big part of the tribe. And I mean, just the people that the team that's now assembled for this, and however Deepak came on the show, man, what a great choice.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him, the last few years doing a few different, well, he does a lot of projects. Great choice. I mean, it really builds the confidence to see the team and the different skill levels and the different types of skills that everybody's bringing to this. It's amazing. So it's just an honor to be a part of it. It really is.
Well, fine. Any questions from you, Robert? What's going on? Well, what you want to get in on this?
Well, I think a conversation I had with Lewis, 2000, maybe 2023, somewhere in that range. We talked about doing a show, and that was one of the first conversations we ever had. And I said to him, I said, Lewis, the truth of the matter is before very long, we're unknown today, but before very long, we are actually going to be at the top. We're going to be at the pinnacle. We are going to be the leaders of society. All of us here, right, are playing that role. Because why? We're coming out with authenticity. We're coming out with the truth. We're not giving you the BS that the mainstream media is. And we're always looking at the numbers. And you look at CNN, Lewis's channel beats CNN's numbers during prime time with weekly views. It's crazy, right? To think that. It's like, how in the world is that even possible? Well, the world is waking up slowly. And as they start to wake up, they start to discover us. They discover what we're talking about and the shows that you guys are doing. And, and it's really what they've been craving. Man, they didn't probably know that they were craving it, but when they see it, they're like, oh, that's it. That's what I was missing. Authenticity, truth, honesty, right? Telling it like it is. Don't hold back. Just, tell us exactly what's going on. Don't beat around the bush like so many people. Oh, there's something going on. And tomorrow, well, I can't tell you more about it. We're tired of that. We want the truth. And I think, that's what TruthStream is about. I think that's what Bruce does. That's what Lewis does. That's certainly what I do. And it's made a huge difference.
Yeah, well said. And I just wanted to say how many newscasters could just hop on with someone, no script, and go for over an hour, no problem?
Zero.
All of us can.
Yep.
Yeah, right. All of us can. I don't know if the newscaster knows what to do without a script.
I think it depends on their MK Ultra background.
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
well programmed. They can do it. I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not journalists. They're actors. Most of those guys signed, normal type of actor type contracts. Entertainment type contracts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's insane. So we got some. I'm looking at this clock and where we're at. We got a little bit of time. Let's break off another Joe song. Can we load up another Joe song to get us going? We played one so far. Which one do you want to hear now?
Well, why you want to just keep them on for a few minutes because we never hear from them and they're always so quiet. We never get them on the show.
Quiet.
Whatever you want to do. I'm flexible, man. I'm going with the flow.
I don't think you can get Scott to talk. Let me see if you can do that.
Scott, I have a question for you, my friend. You are one who has a very good ability to see around the corner of what's coming. What are you seeing right now?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I think things are going to wrap up in a lot of ways, a lot faster or at a faster pace than what we're used to, certainly. I think I see XRP mooning in the form of an announcement coming up here real soon. That's going to impact the world's financial system in beautiful ways that will benefit humanity. I think this recent heat that has been turned up on Soros is kind of a moment we've all been waiting for.
Yes.
It may take a moment to materialize. The cartel situation seems to be being handled rather readily and quickly, and that's making a big statement. So I think September is going to be a magical month. I think a lot of great things are going to happen. I don't like to make a lot of predictions because God knows we thought a lot of these things would have happened by now already, but I just can't help but feel nothing but optimism right now.
I think the idea is that we can make predictions, just don't attach a date and time to it. And, because I think you can look at the trend line and you could say, hey, we're really in the right direction right now. And like Bruce was saying, you need an elephant one bite at a time. It's like, it's a giant iceberg. And at first it looked insurmountable. If you go back to 2020, it's like, oh my God, we were so taken back by what was going on. We had no idea how deep and how corrupt it was. But we've been really chipping away. It's been 5 years now, and look at the progress we've made. So I think, Scott, you're on point with saying, the trend line is positive. No, it's not a straight line. It's an up and down. We win some, we lose some. We got good news, we got bad news. But if you look at the overall trend, it looks like we're in a positive direction.
Well, the pendulum is really kind of swinging in the other direction. Mm-hmm. Comedy's back. That's getting great. Sydney Sweeney ad was a massive statement. And then now we get Bud Light Part 2 with Cracker Barrel. Which is
Bud Light Part 2.
It's a unanimous condemnation of where things were going.
Yeah.
And I just don't think there's any wind in the sails of this cabal anymore. To what extent we're watching a movie, I'm not sure, but I think if we're waiting on an accurate temperature reading on where the culture's at, where the people are at, I think we're in better shape now than we've been in a decade.
Joe,
I
one
want to
question for you.
piggyback off Scott's comment on Bud Light Part 2. Bud Light Part 1 took how long? I don't know, a year, and then you got Jaguar and all these things following up. Cracker Barrel switches their logo, and within a week or two, has now switched it back.
Yep.
So that is a massive shift from whenever the Bud Light incident happened in the last couple of years. So I think that things are really speeding up, and you have to revisit things a couple of times. But that was incredible, whether it was orchestrated or whatever happened. But for the general public to watch Cracker Barrel and then have them switch it back because the public demanded it, we're really seeing some shifts going on there. It's amazing.
Yep.
And that just speaks to the power of we the people.
Yes.
Right. If we were able to unite and put away some of the bullshit differences that we may think we have, and when we focus our effort in one area, that we could accomplish anything.
The apathy is
I'm going to be, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to be strict on this, and I do it myself too. We have to manifest this stuff properly so we can. The word "if" is just out of our vocabulary, just like we took "can't" out of vocabulary a long time ago. So it's all about when. I'm not admonishing you, Bruce, at all. I'm just reminding you how important it is. And you and I talk about manifestation, so I know you know more about this than I do. And when I slip, you guys hold me accountable too, please.
Right. So I mean, there will come a time, and this, I'm speaking to this in the campaign sense, that people think that Lewis, a non-politician, type of person, going up against the machine that is the California political establishment, we have a massive edge when we the people come together and push in the proper direction. We've seen it over Bud Light, Target, Jaguar. It took a little longer. Even Harley Davidson, same thing.
Right.
Now it's super fast with Cracker Barrel. And I'm waiting for Aunt Jemima to show up, and we need Uncle Ben back. Yeah, and we need the Indian back on the Land O'Lakes butter.
And
we stole the land from the Indians one time. We got to put them back in the land.
Yep. The Washington Redskins are considering bringing their old mascot back.
Yeah, and what are the Cleveland Indians are what now called the Monarchs or some ridiculous? I don't even know what the hell they are anymore. It's that this woke bullshit is crazy. What we need to understand, and Bruce, thank you for saying this, because we have to understand the origins. And one of the things I love doing is figuring out the origins of this stuff, right? And what the purpose is. So I'm going to wrap a bow on that part, guys. That's all part of the color revolution. It has zero to do with somebody's feelings. It has nothing to do with this. What they use is they use the feelings as a tool to capture weak people, right, into this, and then those people have a voice suddenly. And American Indians have even said, why'd you take us off the logo? We thought that was pretty badass that we were recognized. So literally, Aunt Jemima, I'm sure she's in her grave going, hey, what the fuck? I created this amazing serpent, and now I can't even have my face on it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And I'm going to go back to the story I tell all the time because it's so impactful for people to understand how this works, right? And I hope Christian conservatives can get their heads around this. I am one, but I think I might have a clue on this one. Gay people aren't bad. They just have a different choice of their value set. Yes, you can probably find a Bible verse and so on and so forth, but us demonizing their lifestyle does no good for humanity whatsoever, right? What the challenge is, and we have to recognize this, the challenge is it's not about the LGBT community, because if you go back, and I want everybody to hear me out, Harvey Milk, who is purported to possibly be a conservative, was very upset because in the 70s, there was more than just gay bashing, right, or acceptance of their community. They literally, there were mobs of people in the 70s and 80s when I grew up that would take baseball bats and it would be accepted to beat the crap out of these people. That was accepted. Can you imagine that? Just a few years ago, that was accepted. So his idea was, let's create a flag. It was LGB, and we're going to be very clear on this. It was not TQI plus LMNOP. It was LGB. And the purpose of that is he just wanted them to be recognized, right, as just people wanted to be left alone. They weren't trying to push their agenda at the time. They just wanted to be accepted. Yes, you can disagree with this. He was okay with that, by the way. You can disagree with us, but, you know, come on, just understand we are a community and this is who we're about, whatever it was. Then what happened, the same way it happened in the civil rights movement, the same way it happened in several other movements, the deep state cabal saw this as an opportunity to jump in and use this for something it was not. So we need to understand the history of these things. And then what suddenly they added a T, right? I'm not quite sure why trans people needed to be recognized. I'm frankly, you can be upset me, but that's a mental illness in my opinion, right? Can I have trans friends? Yeah. And you know, I have other friends that have mental illnesses also, as many of us do, right? So that's just my feeling about it. But what happens is when the deep state got in there and got involved, which they do often, they used it as a tool. And then that movement became something that it never was. And now it became completely sexualized. And again, I know I'm going to offend people that are just regular conservatives. They don't understand this, but it became an altar to Baal. And it became a demonic, satanic altar. The same way abortions are too, folks, and you're being used if you think anything different. So this is what happens. And they've jumped into every movement they possibly can, right? That's why you have all these other colors on the flag. And then they were being exposed. So what did they do in that community? Not the LGBT community, but the whole demonic part of it. They added brown and black to their flags. Why do you think they did that? Because they try to incorporate the people of color into the movement. So they try to co-opt another movement into their movement, right? So if they have any courage, you should go back to the LGB flag and stop with all this other stuff, because that's not about unity. That's not about acceptance. That's about an agenda. And it's very important that we understand this. Very important that we understand this. And it's same thing happens. You think Black Lives Matter was really making Black Lives Matter? You guys are being used. All you white people that are apologizing for your whiteness, you're being used. They're all being used, and they think they're some type of freaking hero. They're not. You guys are a puppet to the deep state demonic cabal, and we just have to understand the fight that we're against at this moment.
Excellent dissertation there, sir.
Indeed. They're lowering everyone's vibrations. If they're getting white people to feel guilty about the color of their skin, which we can't help because that's how we're born, you know, that's just how we are. They're lowering our vibrations by getting us to think that way. It's awful what they've done.
They created a lot of intolerance under the guise of trying to create tolerance. And
right.
Yes.
Divided, and that was obviously the real agenda. And every group represented there is marginalized in that effort. They're all being used, as you said, Lewis. And you know, I wish they would wake up to it. I know that you know, I have gay friends that are appalled by what this has become, and they're getting lumped in with a lot of things that they disagree with. People are individuals, you know, and if you want to really talk about respecting others, respect the individual. You know, you keep it there. Everybody's honored, right? But unfortunately, that's really difficult to do when you have a a communist agenda, a Marxist agenda, which, you know, Black Lives Matter clearly was. Except for the part where they bought all those nice houses with the president. You know, outside the scope of Marxism, but
yes, with that thing, BLM is they're a capitalist organization, right? Taking other people's money and then
I would say it's a criminal organization.
Yeah.
By any stretch of the imagination. So
it appears it's a real estate organization now.
Yeah. Well said.
That's funny.
Well,
Joe,
if-
do you
if
have any
Robert does
questions?
pick-
Do you have any questions for
What's that?
the future governor?
I'm excited that Lewis is. I mean, we get to hang out with Lewis in Ireland, and then he's coming right back and starting a 17-city tour. And I just heard earlier he's starting with Pastor Dave. That gave me all kinds of feels. Where else might you be going, and how? Like you said, you're not sure if they're going to be smaller or bigger. How? That's the question I have. How, when you're orchestrating an event like that, Lewis, how do you prepare for as little as maybe 10 to 15, but as many as a large turnout? That's going to be incredible, because hopefully whatever we're doing out here, we can help fill those up in any way we can. So what can we do to support you in getting the word out and people showing up at those events?
That's a great question. So for security reasons, most events we don't announce ahead of time. It would be 48 hours ahead of time, but we will give the city. Right. But people can also, we're going to set it up where they can go on our website and say, I'm going to be there. Just, you know, give us your email, say I'm going to be there. It's not, these are not going to be paid events. So don't worry. You don't have to worry about that. If infiltrators, you think you're going to come, we're going to have high security. So you want to fuck around and find out, that's up to you. But the idea, Joe, is it doesn't matter if we have 5 people there. We want to have an opportunity to ask the local communities, and I'll name the cities in a second, what can we do? And many of the 17 cities that I'm going to mention here in a moment, they've had their own struggles in regards to this. So I can tell you, as most of this is kind of a God thing, I said, well, let's see how many cities, and I'm writing down, and it came to 17. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. That's cool. So it was 17 cities. And then the next thing is what cities that are nearby where kind of our route would be, that we can make an impact because there's something may have happened there, or something's going on. And I'll explain that going forward, which is kind of cool. And then we made the route is how we can make the route expeditiously, because as Bruce knows, you know, if we're going to do 17 cities in 12 days, that means we have multiple, right? And I also put 2 days off in there. So it's really 17 and 10 day.
Oh, wow. Because
we're taking Sunday to attend to service. And then I have a Sunday built in. I don't even think the team knows yet, that I call Fun Day. So and keep the vibration going also. So it's very important. These things from the beginning, Bruce and Robert know this. Bruce probably a little bit more because he's been detailed with our routes, have known these are just inspiration that has come. And we say, okay, we got to go here, 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 and here, where the routes come out. And it seems to work out pretty good, because many times that we show up in a city, people are they're crying and just ready to hug. Which is kind of shocking to us sometimes, the response. So to answer your question, if people can go and fill out and say, hey, my intention is to be as a city, then we can make adjustments to where we're going to be. And we might just move it to a local park, who knows? But really what it comes down to, this is a unique one. Out of the 17, there will only be, I'm looking right now, yeah, out of the 17, there's only going to be one rally, and that will be the first one on the 27th of September. The other 16, we literally are going in with our team and saying, hey, guys, what are we missing? How can we help? How can we make California better? But in particular, how can we make your city, your county, your area better? Because as you've heard me say a long time, and it's not because I just say shit, it's because I believe it, the micro will fix the macro. So we have to pay attention. So I'll break down. You teed it up. Thank you, Joe, for that. You didn't even know, but you're about as divine as they come. So it makes total sense to me. So I'm going to show right here. So our first city is Yuba City on September 27th. And then we're going to have a day off to attend a special service. And then the next day, we're going to be in, of all places, Paradise, California.
Oh.
And I think that's a big deal, right?
Yes.
They have, I believe, less than a third of the population they did when the fires, but recently it was about a sixth. So people are starting to move back in and build there again. So we want to see if there's anything that we can support, things that we can change. And maybe they'll just say, hey, can you focus on fire abatement, which has been, by the way, completely ignored intentionally, you piece of shit, Gavin Newsom, for 20 years. Right? I don't know why I'm cussing right now. I'm a little bit fired up the more I'm thinking about what we're dealing with here.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to go into Redding. Redding was an amazing place. It's towards the top of California, but it's strategic also. There's one county that I think is really fighting back, and that's Shasta County. Right? So that's up. Redding is why we're going to be there. And then I want to give some love to our military, so we're going into Fort Bragg. And then next, we're going to go into the belly of the beast, and I'm hoping to get on to the University of Cal in Berkeley. Right? And this is the way we're going to operate. Then we're going to go to San Jose. Do I need to say more? Probably not. San Luis Obispo from there, Fresno from there. And then we're going into the #1 conservative city in the whole state and saying, are we going in the right direction, guys? And that's Bakersfield, California.
Wow.
Then October 4th, we're going to take Sunday Fun Day. We're going to have some good times. And then we're going to head to Lancaster, right? And this is a beautiful time to actually engage with the Black community, because they have been marginalized on purpose by the Democrats, who are claiming that they're building them up. Talk about a community that's been used and lied to. It's just absolutely incredible. We're going to say, what can we do to do better? Then we're going to go up into Victorville, which is an ever-growing place. And then I'm going to try to get into my high school in Laverne, California after that.
Wow.
Which I think will be pretty epic to do it. We're going to head over to Palm Springs. We're going to go to Lake Elsinore. We have a lot of people asking us to get in that area for some reason. I don't know why, but we're going to go there. And then we have a great community in Huntington Beach that we're going to go. Pasadena, huge, right? We can deal with the Altadena fires and things close to that. And then we're going to finish this tour off in Thousand Oaks, which is Ventura County, where I currently live now. So it's divine and strategic at the same time, but it really comes down to us being really open, as we were, Bruce. You remember at the boot camp, we started a boot camp, and it was very interesting because we started a boot camp to teach people how they can take their communities back. And I think it was by the third day, Bruce, they were teaching us how to take the communities back.
Oh, yeah.
So,
one of the best meetings we had only had like 4 or 5 people at it. We had a big meeting room scheduled in a hotel. We ended up sitting around a table and having a discussion. So yeah, that's very impactful.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we learned our lesson quickly, that we need to listen more than we talk, and we're willing to make mistakes and have some failures. The question is, how fast do you cut bait and change your trajectory? And we did it pretty fast on that. It's because of my team. They were willing to change it really fast, but we took the ego off the shelf immediately and said, yeah, hold on, we need to pay attention. There's more to learn here. And we learned a lot. A lot of the processes may not have been what we've learned, but they were inspired by what we learned on the boot camp, what we're doing today. So, Joe, thank you for teeing that up. I wasn't even going to talk about the tour, but I hope that gives an idea for people what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of what I'm talking about. When we talk, it just, I think Creator just works through us, because we're here for him and the children, really. I mean, that's why we're all throwing our hats in the ring. I know that's why you're running, because you felt that you had to. In fact, I don't know which song that Robert's going to play, the Freedom Now, that one, if you want to play that right before Juan comes on, because the first lyric is "I've just been a kid by the side of the road," but "Weight of Your Soul," I played that because I felt like it must have been weighing heavy on Lewis's soul to make this decision. So that's why I put that song in the mix, and I'll be putting all of these on TruthStream, and so people can watch them later. But yeah, I really thought about the songs and what Lewis is up to when I picked these 3 songs for today. So it's such an honor to do it. I feel it feels really good to have your artwork feel valid and towards times such as these, because I can't think of a better reason to do what I do, and for the mission of TruthStream, and to have my art be reflected in these times. I mean, that's what you want to do with art, to blend it into the fabric of reality, if you can, to have it make an impact. So,
Scott, did you have a question for Lewis?
I'm just kind of wondering when I'm moving to California. I don't know if we have that figured out just yet, but the state. I have a feeling that you'll have it fixed up and ready to go here pretty quick.
That's the idea. We want a mass entrance, but the idea is, by the way, in order for us to have real housing with good prices, right? We have to recover. Even though 1 million people exited, we're still at a 3 million home deficit in California.
wow.
So what are they trying to do? They're trying to make what? 3 million condos in larger cities where they can control things, right? If we can fix this deficit, which we can, sorry about the if, when we fix the deficit and of the 3 million houses, right? Nobody's going to have a problem with people moving from their state, other states, back into California, because we also have ideas that are going to help fix the traffic too. So guys, don't worry about it, Californians. When we bring more people in, it's okay.
Lewis, they're building more houses, but they're putting them up for rent. You can't actually buy them now. We're seeing that more and more in this area.
Yeah. Thank you, BlackRock, Vanguard.
Yep, exactly.
I was just in Sedona with Matt Geiger, and I found out it was a little different than the story that I was told. I was told that people had just converted their homes to Airbnbs, and it really messed with any sense of community there. But it was BlackRock that purchased, I think it was 1,800 homes or something like that.
Yep.
And they're all nightly rentals now. And that whole area has suffered pretty greatly. It's lost its character. So, same kind of thing. Imagine that's what they have in mind with Maui as well.
If they rebuild it, right? Don't know.
Hey, Bruce, you had a guest pop on and popped off. I don't know if there was an internet.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
It was JQ.
He's scheduled for top of the hour.
So 4 minutes from now.
Yep. So
Guys,
let's
anything else you wanna
pick
leave
up a
us with?
song.
Well, let's say goodbye to Joe and Scott. We'll play the song, and then we'll have our guest right after that. How do we do that?
Sounds
Thanks
good.
for having. Yeah, and Lewis, anything we can do to help, just let us know. I'm really excited about this. I'm really looking forward to your success.
Appreciate it. We got you guys. We'll have your back. Maybe you'll end up moving to California. Whoa, Joe, you too. I know it sounds crazy.
Hey, I'm a sail and God's the wind. That's how I live now. So
Remember,
good,
the Airstream
good.
has
So-
wheels for a reason.
Yes, exactly.
that's right.
Yeah. I'm going to put in a word for God to start blowing the wind south, then, if that's the case.
Yes.
See you guys. Appreciate
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Thank you guys.
Little help from the birds singing along. Thank you, guys. All right, the next song is called Weight of Your Soul. It's from my 2013 album, The Candelabra Light. And it's just about when you're feeling something so heavy that it weighs a lot more than you do. So, and I think that's something Lewis felt in making that decision to run for governor. So without further ado, here is Weight of Your Soul. stand right there inside yourself. You don't know what, and you hold on to what's drowning you. It's not time to die, and you've waited and waited, oh, for so many years. And you've waited, well, waited, oh, you're drowning in your tears. Oh, the weight of your soul way outweighs your skin. And it's time for you to move on out all that lies within. You try, but you can't even think right now. Your head is a maze. Yeah, there's a brief moment of clarity. Back to the haze. Well, it's time for you to let it go. You need some release. Oh, the skin that you're in isn't fitting you. You're not this disease. Oh, the weight of your soul, it outweighs your skin. And it's time for you to move on out all that lies within. Piercing through the doubt, what it's all about. Finding your own shrine and make the water wine, make it wine. Twist again in the night. Leave me there in the air until I find something right to come down to. To come down to. To come down to. To come down to. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I definitely go somewhere else when I when I do this.
I gotta unmute my microphone. We had a little pause in the action here.
Yep.
Very good, Lewis. Very good job Joe did there.
Yep, amazing. So passionate too. It's just
yeah, coming from the heart, and you can feel the emotion in his music. It's amazing.
Yep, absolutely love it.
Well, this is the vision that I see for Lewis's campaign, right? It's about bringing people together. It's what he did with the Truth Tour, and we were hoping at some point that would spawn off a lot of other people bringing groups together. And we get the comment all the time, "Hey, when's the next Truth Tour? When's the next Truth Tour? We'd love to get together. We'd love to get together." Well, here's something we can all get together around, right? Is building this. And I know, oh, it's just California. You guys are so weird out there. guys, I got to tell you, every time I hear that, oh, you keep voting for the Democrats, that's a problem. I'm like, we don't vote for them. You don't understand. The elections are not clear. They're not clean. Certainly, there's, you don't see those people around. There's a contingent that is, but it's a very small population. California is most likely red. It was red under Reagan. What happened? When did it change? Well, it changed because they didn't want to see that again. And they started to play with the laws and gerrymander this and change that. And before you know it, we've got 4 seats in the House out of 55 in California. Yeah, that's fair. That looks like it should be, right? So this is something we can all get around, something we can all get back together. And there'll be a tour. There'll be more virtual events. I don't know if we'll do any more marathons like this, but there's a possibility in the future there will be, or shorter ones. And certainly Lewis is on the air, I think 4 days a week now with shows. So there's always a way to contribute, to be part of the game. Keep in touch with Lewis Herms for Cali.com. Everything's going to be posted there. There'll be a blog, and you'll be able to see his event calendar. And maybe you want to show up to some events. Maybe you want to tell people that you know in California that they should be showing up to these events, right? Because it's by showing up that we get noticed, we get the recognition. The media doesn't cover it when 2 people show up, but they'll cover it when 200 show up or 500 show up. And that's the kind of momentum that we want to build. So we can all be part of it. And thanks to Lewis for throwing his hat in the ring. Boy, it's something I could never do. So I'm really proud to see him doing this. And guys, you want to follow me? RenegadeMedia.tv is where to go. And I have shows on the Renegade Media channel on Rumble as well. And Bruce and I do a show on Thursday called a Thursday Throwdown. And boy, oh boy, we blew the roof off it on this past Thursday show. If you haven't watched it, you can see it on Bruce's channel as well. Really, really good show. So with that, we're going to introduce the final video. It's Joe Rosati and Freedom Now and a cappella. And everyone seems to love this. So enjoy, people. Thank you so much. Lots of love to everyone. And we'll see you on the campaign trail for sure. Promise.
Final song is Freedom Now, which I wrote 2021, and then we did a music video with Nick Alvear down in Shasta. So I will give this a shot here acoustically without further ado. First song, or the lyric, this is dedicated to the kid by the side of the road, the book. I've just been a kid by the side of the road, watching the world. It's all just a show. Those we looked up to are not who they seem. They flash their symbols in a oral scheme. Been lied to about so many things. Television seeps poison as the mockingbird sings. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now, 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 now. Scripts of the movies show part of the plot. Under the surface lies plenty of rot. Many actors play a devious role. Made a deal with the devil under mind control. Leaders of black men, yes they are. They sold us out, eyes and souls as black as coal, to gain their clout. We just want freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want freedom now, 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 now. We just want our freedom. days. History we learn isn't even real, and rewritten as part of the deal. Lived in a psyop, DNA dumbed down. The world's been run by the cabal, the clowns. They want us divided, yes they do. And uninformed, our morality gone. As part of the norm, we just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now, 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 now. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom. We just want our freedom now, 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 now. So raise your mind, join the fight. Unveil the truth, from darkness to light. Where we go on, where we go on, we go on, we go on. Where we go on, where we go on, we go on. All right. Thank you guys. Lewis, wish the best to you. Anyone who wants to hear more of my music, it's all under the TruthStream link tree, or you can go to joerosaticollective.com, or go to Bandcamp and go to Joe Rosati, JoeRosati. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And best to everything that you're doing. Amazing people involved. Take care.